Okay, without any further delay, let me introduce you to one of my favorite entrepreneurs, definitely my favorite one here in the Philippines, Bella D'Souza Gupta. Or is it Bella Gupta D'Souza? Bella Gupta D'Souza. Bella is the CEO of a growing Filipino company called Edamama. Bella, can we please have you on stage? Can we just have a quick round of applause for Bella? Oh, you found a clicker.
I did. Now I have to check if it's actually working.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Great. Okay, I'm going to check if this clicker is working. I'm supposed to point. Yes. Okay, it's working. Great. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're looking forward to today's session. I'm here to share a little bit about Edamama, our growth story, and how we actually work with MoEngage. And you know, as an e-commerce, omni-channel retail brand that's about 2.5 years old in the Philippines at the moment, I think I wanted to start off by saying, you know, we work with a lot of different partners in the ecosystem, as is the case with most retail businesses, right? And one of the things that truly makes me proud to be here today is we really do feel like MoEngage is a very strategic partner to our business. And it gives me a lot of pride to see your success in this market. So congratulations to Saurabh and the MoEngage team. We're really happy to see your growth here. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about our journey, my journey as a founder, how we got started, what were the pain points really that we were solving for. I wanted to quickly start by seeing how many parents we have in the audience. Show of hands? Okay, quite a few. That's great. So a little bit about Edamama, right? Our mission is quite simple. We're here to help mothers simplify decision-making and find everyday joy in parenting. And the way we want to do this is really by simplifying their lives as when it comes to consuming content, whether it's purchasing services and products online, or it's building community experiences for mothers that makes their lives a lot simpler. And my story in building this company started with a personal pain point that I experienced, right? So I've been living and working in the Philippines for a decade now. I have 2 children, a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. I've been in the tech space for a long time, and you know, building startups for other people. But the inspiration for Edamama really came knocking at my doorstep, quite literally. This would be early 2018. I was looking to purchase a tricycle for one of my kids. I went onto one of the platforms here in the Philippines online. I looked at my options. I typed tricycle, and I looked at the different listings there, and I found something that looks quite similar to this item here on the screen. And it seemed like a legitimate seller, and so I checked out, paid a good price for it, and waited for my order to arrive. I was really looking forward to this experience, but lo and behold, this is a rendition of what really showed up at my doorstep. Okay, I exaggerate a little bit, but really what I got was a box of nuts and bolts. There was no manual, it was thrown out, because clearly it was in a language that I would not have understood. And it was upon me as a customer to assemble this product, figure out how to do it, and then use it, right? I got there eventually, took a few more people to assemble this product. And when I saw the final product, I felt it wasn't actually safe to put my child on it. So I decided not to continue with the product, and I wanted to return it. I tried to contact the seller, I tried to contact the platform, no response, right? I just wasn't able to return this, so it became a bit of a write-off for me, so just decided not to use the product. But it dawned on me in that moment, you know, how underserved we are as customers. If you think about the Filipino landscape, mothers are really at the heart of a household. This is a matriarchal society. We are at the center of decision-making when it comes to products and services. We are really trusted by our own family members to bring the right products into our home. And we really care about safety and product and all of these considerations, trustworthiness of products, in addition to the price. We're super users of the internet. When you have a baby for the first time, you know, the time and money that you spend online really makes you a very, very active digital consumer. But the journey online is really broken. And it's really, it boiled down to these 4 things, right? Firstly, a very fragmented experience. And this is not just my experience with shopping online, but in general, when it comes to accessing content, community, commerce experiences online, it's really, really fragmented. You go to multiple platforms to get everything that you're looking for. Quality and trust concerns, I mentioned this already, right? You want to make sure that the products that you're buying for your children are not just safe and trustworthy, but you also get a good price for them. The third is search-led shopping, right? The assumption is that we will all go to a search bar on a shopping platform and type what we need. But parenting is really a discovery-led experience, right? Deciding what product you want to buy is a function of a problem or a pain point or a symptom or information that you're seeking, which actually leads you to the product that you're looking for. And finally, customer service. Those of us who have lived in the Philippines know, probably through our own experience as customers, right? We've all had those frustrating moments, right, with businesses and brands, customer-facing brands, where service is really lip service, and there's a lot more that can be done to really understand the pain points and needs and preferences of customers and going out of your way to really delight your customers. And so keeping those things in mind, I realized I wasn't alone. Hundreds of thousands of mothers feel the same way, right? And this really came to light when we launched our platform. So we took Edamama live in May of 2020. It just so happens that this was at a time where Philippines was experiencing one of the world's most strict lockdowns, right? We've all been there. So it was a time where mothers were already feeling quite insecure, worried about the future, trying to protect their homes and their families. And so we were really able to offer an essential service to parents at that time. So we definitely feel very fortunate in a way that we could build our company and our brand at a time where there was a great need for it. But really taking a step back and thinking of this opportunity more broadly, I talked a little bit about the pain points, right? It's a fragmented experience, product safety, quality concerns, but really juxtaposing against that is the opportunity that we see, right, for the Philippines. So firstly, we are one of the fastest growing e-commerce markets, not just in the region, but in the world today. It took a pandemic, perhaps, to trigger that inflection point for the Philippines. But if you look at the stats, right, the internet economy in the Philippines is going to be about a $40 billion industry by 2025. And e-commerce as a contribution to that is at about 65%, so $26 billion, right? So very, very high potential for e-commerce in the Philippines, given that we are the second most populated country in Southeast Asia, very young, very digitally savvy, very social media savvy market, right? So it was only a matter of time before e-commerce really caught up. You see a lot of homegrown e-commerce brands around the region for e-commerce, right? There's none in the Philippines today. You just have sort of the large marketplaces, but a very exciting opportunity for e-commerce as a whole. And the pandemic has meant that a lot of customers have come to trust online for their purchasing decisions. Also very exciting for us is a market in which there's still a strong growth rate in terms of families having children, right? Many countries around the world are experiencing negative population growth. The Philippines actually has amongst the highest baby and under 14 population in the region, right? So we definitely were very excited about not just solving for the problems and pain points of mothers in the Philippines, but we also recognize the big opportunity that we have to serve this market. So the way I really like to think about it is that mothers are not only really powerful consumers, they are incredibly powerful influencers and storytellers. For the moms in the audience or the dads, right, you would probably relate to this. We increasingly look to online to seek out answers, informations. We are befriending a virtual tribe of mom friends or dad friends to help us make product and purchasing decisions, right? So we're not only really more and more shifting to online to make purchasing decisions, but we're very comfortable even sharing our own journey, our own problems, our own sort of stories in the field of parenting with each other. So recognizing both the consumption potential as well as the contribution potential of parents, we set out to build Edamama. So this is a quick overview of what our platform looks like. We're really trying to reimagine online shopping from the perspective of mothers. So that meant we had to really take away all of the assumptions we had about what it means to build an e-commerce business that is truly customer focused, right? So we wanted to build something, firstly, that was not very cluttered. We wanted to focus on safe, reliable, authentic products only. So much so that every brand that we onboard on the platform today is personally vetted by our merchandising team. The philosophy for us is if we wouldn't use it on our own children, we won't sell it on the platform. We have a lot of focus on curation and personalization. So from the time you create a profile on the app, you see a personalized feed for product recommendations, right? We really believe in the power of personalization, and I'm going to come back to talk about this point in particular and how we're actually using a platform like MoEngage to actually serve that purpose. A lot of innovations on the platform that were first for us in the Philippines. We were the first to launch diaper subscription in this country. We also have a gift registry feature. We have a rewards and loyalty program. So it's really a very customer-driven approach to product development, recognizing what it is that our customers are really looking for in their browsing experience. So this is a quick overview of our traction. As I mentioned, we went live in May of 2020. We're now a toddler in the market. On the back of the pandemic, we were able to really grow our business 100x in top-line growth since we launched. We have over 60,000 products today on the platform. We've delivered 2 million products across doorsteps in the Philippines and counting, right? We continue to grow very strong. We've seen no slowdown in demand, even though the pandemic has subsided, and we're very excited to continue to bring our value-added services to our community of mothers. So hundreds of thousands of mothers across the country today have come to trust and love our personalized shopping experience, supported by our strong focus on content and community. My background is actually in digital marketing. So prior to doing Edamama, I was the founder and CEO of AdSpark Philippines. I don't know if some of you have heard of AdSpark, right? So I got to ride that wave when the Philippines was just starting to adopt digital marketing spending, right? A lot of marketers in the room, you'll remember that around 2011, 2012 is when a lot of ad budgets started shifting towards digital. And I think we all recognize the pandemic has made paid marketing even more expensive, right? And it is still an essential part of building a brand, acquiring customers and building loyalty. But we have come to recognize that for our platform, content and community are more powerful tools that we can use to really drive that discovery-led approach to shopping that I was talking about, as well as building trust and loyalty and retention in our business. And I'll talk a little bit more about how we're doing that. So I want to come back to what I was mentioning earlier about the power of personalization, right? This is so important, right? To show our customers that beyond saying, hello, Saurabh, right, as he was talking about earlier, we have understood what they're looking for, what their history is, what they might be interested in next, right? And if we are to stay true to our mission to help mothers simplify decision-making, then personalization is a very key aspect of that, right? So this is just a quick overview of how we personalize, both from a product standpoint, as well as from a merchandising, content, and community standpoint, right? We make personalization the heart of a lot of decision-making that we do as a business, both from a product standpoint as well as how we sort of build out our CRM, our merchandising, as well as the content that we're serving our community. And this is so important because it's a lot more cost-effective in the long run to invest in personalization than it will be to just constantly focus and depend on paid marketing as a strategy to retain customers, right? Because at the core of personalization is going to be very strong retention in your business. It's a lot more cost-effective to retain a customer than it is to acquire one. So if you're thinking about personalization, our experience with it is that it's really powerful. We're only getting started. You know, we're scratching the surface ourselves in terms of how deep we want to go with this. And we're really excited about leveraging tools like MoEngage to really drive that home for us. And the second part, which I was mentioning earlier, right, is content and community. We really believe that parenting is a discovery-led experience to shopping, and so we have been investing a lot in not just doing promos and discounts and sales and you know, focusing on just the shopping aspects of our platform. But if you have the Edamama app, you'll notice we've really invested in content and community pillars. So it looks like a one-stop platform for mothers to not just find products and services, but also to be informed, to be educated, to be inspired through content and community experiences. We have a private social network now in our app. We've launched it just a couple of months ago. We're already seeing incredibly high engagement within that of moms seeking and helping each other out, right? Going back to my point about moms being very powerful storytellers, there's a lot of sharing in this network that we find is really helping us build our brand as and our loyalty. We also have a very strong focus on content. We have a lot of articles, videos that we create on a daily basis to help moms at every stage of parenting, not just pregnancy, actually all the way up to even preteen years. And we're also investing a lot in user-generated content, right? Every mother has a story to share and is keen to build journals or keepsakes where they can record stories from their parenting journey. And so we're actually also building out soon a pregnancy tracking feature and a journal which will allow our users to really document all aspects of their journey. So these are really about investing in tech and product features that allow for the flow of information, ideas, and inspiration for your community, right? And I think for any customer-facing brand, this is not just for us, I would say for any brand in the room that is focused on being consumer-focused, right? Invest in content, invest in community. They will really pay off in the long run. Think of the SEO potential if you're really invested in content. And on the community side, one of the really interesting aspects of building this out is it really serves even as a customer support channel for you. It allows you to experience network effects in your business. So really a lot of reasons to go deep in content and community as well. So moving on to MoEngage, right? We recognized when we started out that we definitely were, we were investing in personalization, we were investing in different marketing tools. I really want to talk firstly about all the things that we tried before we got to MoEngage, right? And I'm truly up here because I genuinely feel we have found a partner to work with that really understands the importance we place on personalization and driving very analytics-driven approach to marketing. And has a very robust solution, right? We tried out, I would say, 2 to 3 platforms. We were quite frustrated with that process. We felt like we had fully utilized the offering of that platform and we were still not finished in terms of what we were looking for, right? To reach and better connect and communicate and retain our customers. And so, what MoEngage has really allowed us to do is firstly, bring all our data together, right? Because e-commerce, for us at least, is a very, very data metrics-driven business, right? At the heart of what we do is being able to really execute on the data that we have about what it is that people are looking for. So I think consolidation of data and then being able to analyze it and then customize marketing messages from there was a really key aspect of what we set out to do. What makes it really convenient for us is that all of these different channels and outlets are possible through one platform, right? So we don't have to work with multiple vendors to integrate everything for us. We sort of have this one-stop solution for the business. We hope that MoEngage will give us Messenger as a platform soon because WhatsApp is not really so big in this market, right? But Viber and Messenger are 2 things that we'd love to see on the platform for us. So we came on board maybe I'd say about 3 to 4 months ago. We're quite new to the partnership, but we're already seeing really great traction. We've done about 250 campaigns already on MoEngage, and we're already seeing really strong uplifts in terms of traction, right? So over 100,000 new active users on the platform, a 27% increase in engagement on our platform, and a 70% increase in new customer growth, right? And we're really only getting started. The thing about this platform is that we're still learning so much. We're scratching still the tip of the iceberg. We're actually having to educate ourselves on the full scale and potential. That's how deep really the extent and depth of the platform really is for us. So as mentioned, just to summarize, as we think about making personalization at the core of what we do, and given our focus on driving discovery-led shopping experiences for our business, we're really excited to be able to partner with a company that really understands that. So that's it. I hope that was helpful in whatever way, and happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Any questions for Bella? Anyone? Show of hands.
Oh, you want me to?
Come on.
Are you hiring?
Me? Bella?
Are we hiring? Yes, we're hiring. I got into trouble for saying this last time at your event.
Yes, but it's okay.
That we were hiring. Yeah. Yes.
So how do you segment certain users on behavior? Like maybe you can give it a quick intro to that.
Sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
Sorry, about the personalization you talked about. And in particular, how do you manage complexity there? Because you can make it infinitely complex, right? And how do you approach that? How do you segment users? How do you show them then based on that one products?
Yeah. So personalization, think of it as, for us, it's two buckets. First is the product aspect of personalization, and the second is the marketing aspect of it, right? So the product aspect of personalization is user-based research and testing to understand what personalization features are you looking for. In the parenting context, that was pretty straightforward for us, because parenting is a journey, right? You go on from the time you are pregnant to having a newborn to then raising a toddler. We can really break it down into stages. And so building the product based on those milestones is one part of it, right? So our personalization features there are things like creating a profile and therefore seeing very personalized product recommendations, etc. On the marketing side of things, there are a couple of things. I think one is flow development, the other is campaign development, right? The flows is really where personalization can be really powerful. One of the frameworks we were just talking about today is RFM. Are you familiar with RFM? So that's recency, frequency, and monetary, right? And that framework has allowed us to actually bucket our customers into different pillars, right? We have our very VIP type of mamas. We have our high frequency purchasers. We have our more sort of budget conscious moms. We have low loyalty type of transactional profile of customers. So that framework is one potential way you can actually bring a little bit more focus into your personalization journey in marketing, and then really applying that to flow development. I hope that helps.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you so much, Bella.
Thank you. Okay,
thank you for
we'll
joining
talk
us on
later.
the stage. So that's Bella from Edamama. Heartwarming stuff, what she said. Thank you. Really loved it.
There's one question, actually. Bella, actually, there's one question.
There's one more question for Bella? Okay.
Yeah, what is your suggestion to those who are just starting in this digital world when it comes to marketing? Because marketing is really hard. So yeah, that's it.
Hello? Okay. Sorry, your question was how to start out?
What are your suggestions? What are the best? What are the techniques that we can do to market the product? Yeah. That's it.
Sure. I would say the tendency I've seen, and we've done this as well, we've made this mistake as well, right, is to jump straight to paid ads, right? I would highly encourage you not to do that. I would encourage you to firstly invest in understanding your market and understanding how they want to be contacted and communicated to. And then decide, can I use CRM? Can I use free channels? Can I build content on my social media pages? Can I invest in SEO? Can I invest in content to really grow my market rather than running straight to ads, right? Because the thing you find about ads is they really end up becoming like a drug almost. The more you put in, the more they want you to spend on their platforms. I hope no one is here from any of those platforms, right? So just be really careful about not thinking that marketing means paid ads, right? Marketing means so much more than that, and it actually starts with understanding who your customer is, what your target audience is, how to communicate with them, and then what is the role of paid, what is the role of other channels in that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.